All right, what's up, everyone? How's it going? So I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of a story that I haven't told a lot of people. Actually, a lot of people don't know about this unless you've been following me since 2013 or 2014. I tried out for American Ninja Warrior, and this is back in the day, 2013, 2014, around that time frame. And a lot of people don't know that I actually tried out for American Ninja Warrior. How many of you guys are actually fans of American Ninja Warrior? How many of you guys watch American Ninja Warrior and love that show? For me, I was a big fan. And back in 2013, 2014, actually, they reached out to me and asked me to come on the show. So I'm going to tell you guys my story of me trying out for American Ninja Warrior, even though it's kind of embarrassing. I haven't really talked about it a whole lot. And I talked about it way back in the day. But I wanted to tell you guys a little story since we're all stuck at home, and I'm trying to be positive and put out positive content. Even though this isn't very valuable, it's fun to hear this story because you got to have a little bit of a laugh at yourself. So anyways, American Ninja Warrior calls me up and says, hey, we want you to try out for the show. We love your story. American Ninja Warrior, if you don't notice, they love people with stories. So people get emotionally attached. It's just the way TV, Hollywood does their thing. So anyways, I decided, yes, I'm going to try out for American Ninja Warrior. And now the way that it happens is they don't pay for you to come on the show. American Ninja Warrior doesn't pay people to come on their show. And so you have to kind of, go out there by yourself. So I decided to go out there by myself, all the way in Denver, Colorado. I drove out there, got myself a hotel room. Now, the thing about American Ninja Warrior, you guys, is you have to, or the TV show is mostly filmed at nighttime. The reason they do that is because there's less issues with sun. So if it's super sunny and the sun's in someone's eyes, it's just easier to film when it's dark. And so American Ninja Warrior was being filmed in Denver, Colorado. And I want to say this is around the time of like March or so. And so it was really cold. So we started filming, I think, at 2 a.m., around that time, and there's hundreds of people that try out for the show. There's people who've been training their whole life for this thing. There's people that have tried out multiple seasons, and here I was showing up for the first time, thinking I'm in shape, and I'm going to do really good at this course. I've seen the TV show, and so I show up, and mind you, it's really cold, and so I'm in like at 2 a.m. is when I'm scheduled to go. So I think they start filming like around 9:30, 10 when the sun goes down, and then they start filming. So people are going. You watch what they do, and you kind of learn from their mistakes and the things they do right or wrong. And so I was watching people go through the American Ninja Warrior course, and what I noticed is a lot of people would slip or fall in the water, with those slanted things, those slanted platforms that you have to jump, side to side with, and so people were falling in the water, and the water would splash up onto those platforms, right? And as the night went on, those platforms got stuck they became frozen. So that water became ice, and people started slipping into the water because it was so slippery. And this went on for probably a couple hours, and it made the American Ninja Warrior course so much more difficult. And mind you, I'm telling you guys my story of me trying out for American Ninja Warrior and my version of the story because it's kind of embarrassing, and not a lot of people, like I said, know about this story, so you guys listen to the end before you judge me of what happened next. So I'm kind of nervous because I've been on TV shows, but I've never been on a TV show. I've never been on a TV show where I have to perform, right? And either I make it or I'm out. And so I was a little bit nervous. And so I decided to do, the first slanted steps that are above the water. I went to go jump on it. It's my turn to go. I go and jump on the first one, and it's like pure ice. It's super slippery. And on American Ninja Warrior, if you get any part of your body in the water, you're disqualified. And so the first platform I make it onto, but it's super slippery. There's no traction at all. And I was like, oh man. So I kind of held on to the top, right, before I jump into the next one. So before I jump to the next one, I was like, all right, I got to make sure I allow myself enough space to be able to jump, even though as I'm sliding, you got to jump as you're sliding. So I went and jumped onto the next platform, and that one was super icy, and I barely grabbed onto the top before my feet touched the water. And there's about, I want to say 5, I think, platform steps that are angled, like this, into the water. And so, anyways, I make it to the 4th step, and I have one more to go. And I was just, first of all, I was really embarrassed that it was taking me so long to go, because I see people just boom, 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 boom with one foot, but that's what they do when it's not slippery. That's what they do when there's a lot of traction and it's not iced over. And so, anyways, I went to jump on the last platform, but my toe hit the water, and even though I made it and grabbed on, like I held on, I made it across and I grabbed on, but my toe had hit the water, and the ref saw it and disqualified me right then and there. There's no do-overs, there's no second chances, there's no like, oh man, hold on, let me try this again, or give me a second chance. None of that happened. And so I went all the way to Denver, Colorado, just to get disqualified. Super embarrassed in front of the people there. Now my clip didn't make it onto the TV show, because obviously that would have been pretty embarrassing, and they only want good stories or epic failures on there. And so, anyways, that's my American Ninja Warrior story, you guys. And like I said, it's kind of embarrassing, but I've never really told it, and I wanted to do a funny kind of story about me trying out for American Ninja Warrior, because a lot of you probably didn't know that I actually tried out for American Ninja Warrior, and that was my American Ninja Warrior story. So I had to literally, I guess I should tell you guys the controversial part. Do you guys want to know the controversial part? Because this is where things got a little bit questionable, in my opinion. So soon after I touched the water, I got disqualified. About 2 people later, the producers came in and stepped in and stopped filming and said, hey, we've had a lot of people complain about this ice. What can we do about it? Because a lot of people felt that it wasn't fair. And it isn't fair, because if people are trying out in California, those platforms are super dry, and it's super simple to go back and forth. But everyone was slipping in. It wasn't just me. A lot of people were slipping on those platforms, falling in the water. And so anyways, I was overhearing the producers as they stopped production. They tried to, blow dry it off. They tried to scrape the ice off, but it just kept coming back up. And so what they did is they took like an hour break, totally dried it off, and then they allowed the last 10 people that had slipped in to redo their chances of going through the course. And I was 2 people before that cutoff. So I was number 12, because they couldn't go back all the way because they didn't have enough time to fit everyone in. But they allowed the last 10 people that had slipped redo their opportunity to come and do the course again. And I was right before that cutoff. And so for me, I had no say in it. I couldn't argue or complain or appeal their decision. It was just a decision based on timing of production and all that stuff. And so for me, I got the short end of the stick, where they didn't allow me a second chance to, go through the course. And unfortunately, it was kind of a waste of a trip, because I went out there thinking I was going to make it on the show and thinking I was going to do the course and become the next American Ninja Warrior. But when in reality, my toe hit the water and I was disqualified just like that. I did have a friend, Christian Rohde, shout out to Christian. He came with me. He's from Utah as well. He got picked for the show and made it about halfway and slipped on one. He slipped on one of the things and fell into the water and got disqualified. So we both had epic fails, and we both came home early. And that's my American Ninja Warrior story, you guys. So don't judge me too harshly. And I guess what I learned from it is that things aren't always as they seem. When you see a TV show, a production on TV, American Ninja Warrior, whatever it is, if you see, what you see isn't always how it really is in real life. You don't see the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So anyways, it was really interesting times. And like I said, a story that I didn't really post about. I think Instagram, I had just gotten onto Instagram around that time. I was newer to Instagram. And, unless you were following me back in 2013, you probably never heard this story. So that's my American Ninja Warrior story, my claim to fame. I never tried it out again for the show, even though I think I would do a lot better now because I'm a little bit leaner, I'm a little bit skinnier. I have a little bit, I don't know if I have the right grip strength right now, but maybe I will in the future. I think I could do a better job at it now. What do you guys think? Not saying I'm going to try out for it, but maybe I will one day, just to redeem myself and just to show myself that I can do the course. I really do think I can. But anyways, you got to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit. And I got the short end of the stick, not being able to try out or not being able to do it again for having a second chance. But it was fun. I don't know if they're filming. Someone said Ninja Warrior should be called off for now, coronavirus. I'm sure it is. There's a lot of TV shows and production companies that can't film movies or TV shows right now. So, anyways, that's my story for you guys. I'll let you guys get back to your night. Nothing super interesting. Just wanted to let you guys know about that funny story. And, if you guys do want to join me for yoga tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, we're doing Facebook Live, Instagram Live. So feel free to join me and Julie for our free yoga session for anyone that's interested, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you. I'm going to get back to my night, get back to my girls, maybe watch a movie. And we'll talk soon. See you guys. Bye.